program marking the handing over of transcribed textbooks for high school to special and inclusive schools.
It was overwhelming, heart-touching, and exciting as we observed with keen interest the exhibition of intelligence, confidence, and self-reliance by students from special and inclusive schools, most especially the visually impaired, as they performed every activity on their agenda.
On behalf of we the beneficiary of this project, I would like to use this time to express heartfelt thanks and appreciation to the coordinator for the RS project on the World Bank and the Ministry of Education for providing transcribed textbook for senior students. These books going to have an impact on our lives. I remember 2018, I attended a program in Banga, Thorn County. That was the African Child Day, where the theme of that program was leaving no one behind for education. And as part of implementing the inclusive education policy, the RS project had deemed it necessary to provide transcribed books for we the senior students across Liberia, especially the visually impaired.
It was on the 31st of January 2024, a date set aside to officially turn over the transcribed textbooks of English language and biology to special and inclusive schools in Liberia. The smiles and laughter it brings to the hearts and faces of the visually impaired cannot be overemphasized. The transcribed textbooks were officially handed over to representatives of the various schools for inclusive and special education by Honorable Abraham A. Kezulu II, the Liberia Rights Project Coordinator, and Per Sam Howard, the focal person for subcomponent 1.2. The presentation of the transcribed textbooks for grade 10 to 12 were done in the presence of students, parents, teachers, principals, and all well-wishers of the school for special and inclusive education. Mr. Jackson Swa, the principal for the Liberia School of the Blind, was full of excitement for the completion of the first phase of the transcribed textbooks. He beckoned on the RISE project coordinator, the World Bank, the government, and the Ministry of Education to help in the expansion of classrooms for the School of the Blind. Here are some of the highlights of the activities.
Education is putting the input, it will take not less than half a decade before you start seeing the outputs. So if I gave you the textbook that you are in the 10th grade and I gave you the qualified teachers now, it is after 3 or 4 years when you do the 12th grade that you will see that maybe you are a quality student. That quality student didn't come that last year is seen it in you. It was just 4 or 5 years ago, the things that we did. So you may say it was about the past education regime, but I think they did their best to set the basis that the rest can step on to improve our sector. I'm strongly hopeful that 5 years from now, Liberia will be challenging the rest of the West African counterparts in the WAS exam.
My name is Yada Sherry. I will be reading for you a novel titled Second Class Citizens by Uji Imin Chita. Is about the character Ada Ofili in her life struggles. The narrative storyline is split into 3 sections. The first section recounts about Ada's childhood and subsequently her desire to be educated. The second section debates her marriage and her jubilation as a married woman. Finally, the final half debates her life in London, where she faces rigid prejudice and ongoing slavery at the hands of her husband, Princess. The story begins with Ada's child in Nigeria in the 1950s. Ada Ofili, the main character, is the daughter of an Igbo from Abuja, Nigeria, who live in Lagos.
So, it will be very unfair. This is a World Bank funded project. They believe in what we call equity. Equity does not mean equality. It means fairness. Everybody should get chance. We can also want to improve education. We bring textbooks for people that can see and leave out those that cannot see. Are we there? Yes. That was how we contacted Mr. Swa. Now those textbooks that we have brought, we have it in hard copy, we have it in electronic copy. We even have an app that you can put on your smartphone with those books, so that everybody can have free access to the books. But then what happened to those that cannot see, those that have visual impairment or such a challenge? We are discussing inclusive education now. What can we do about them? And he said, project coordinator, you can braille the book, you can transcribe them into braille, so they can also make use of it. And that was a brilliant idea to me. So I just didn't go put it to writing. And he wrote me and forwarded a letter to the World Bank headquarters in Washington and convinced them that for the spirit of inclusivity, if even it was possible to transcribe the book into another version that deaf and dumb can do, it's better we do it. So we don't have that technology, and at least the blind can be able to put it into braille and use it. Let's find that, and the World Bank agreed.
The Liberia School for the Blind was built since 1977. We moved to our present location in 1989. This is the only specialized public institution. This institution has been able, with the caliber of qualified instructors, to provide quality education for persons with visual disability. Like what you just stated, the Liberia School for the Blind will also recommend that there is a need for some of your guardian counselors to be posted to this institution, because our students have a special need conditions that they will need some sort of intervention. Before I do the handing over, I will say, Mr. Hassan Kenzulu and his team, we are very grateful to you. You have had an immense impact on the learning condition of our students. I'm going to work with you behind the scene to see how best my recommendation and the recommendation of all of the students and the staffers of this institution is achieved. We have a learning space that can be able to for the construction of the 9 classroom block. It won't be good. Our students are learning behind doors. Behind doors and a partition learning space. Sometimes when some of our students are even going to the classroom, they knock themselves into the learning partition that has been partitioned for space. So it's my passionate appeal that I appeal to you that this project is taken into consideration. On behalf of the Liberia School for the Blind, I will use this time to hand over these textbooks that falls in the below listed categories, subject categories. You have English 10th grade. They have been divided into volumes due to the nature of Braille. So for English, we will have, it is in 4 volumes, 10th grade, biology 10th grade, biology 11th grade, English 11th grade, biology 12th grade, and English 12th grades. And those books are very rich. Our inclusive students now in these various special inclusive schools will now have a time to sit in the various libraries of their school and read and conduct research, for which we are very grateful. Thank you.
Like I said when I was making my speech, this book's going to have an impact on our lives, especially with the visually impaired, because over the years I realized that we go to our various schools and they have the saying, I say inclusive education, but then still there is no Braille textbook in those various schools for all. And when we go to the Braille library, we'll have our friends reading, and then we don't have access to any books there. Maybe we'll just sit with our colleagues and listen to how they read. And some people way of pronouncing may be different from our way of pronouncing. Sometimes we find it difficult in capturing what they are saying. Well, I would like to tell the World Bank and the Ministry of Education that they should improve on this project, that it will not only be the 2 subjects, but they can also add the remaining subjects. Really, I would like to say a big thanks to the ARAS project and the Ministry of Education for the smile that they are putting on our faces, and it is our promise to them that the smile that they are putting on our faces, we are going to show the difference when it comes to our performance.
Okay, my name is Joshua K. Dangari from the First Assembly of God Mission High School in Freetown, Virginia. So actually I'm overjoyed because the past time we've been facing problem with in getting our notes. We've been facing problem. So with this textbook, at least it will help us to make the grade that we want to make. Yes, so I appreciate my harvest thanks and appreciation goes to the Ministry of Education in collaboration with the World Bank for this project. At least with this project, we, the visually impaired students, will be able to get in lines with the sighted students.
So my name is Jackson Sua, the principal for the Liberia School for the Blind. Today we are very grateful to the ARAS project. The ARAS project is a project being implemented through the World Bank and with the support of the Ministry of Education. So what we witnessed today at the Liberia School for the Blind, it is a milestone with the turnover of English high school textbooks that were presented to special and inclusive school. Those books were transcribed by the Liberia School for the Blind with a technology called the Braille Embosser. My words of appreciation, we are grateful to the ARAS project and the team, and we look forward to future collaboration with the project team to solve some of the challenges that we have on the Liberia School for the Blind. The students and staffers of the school are very grateful to the ARAS project team, and this support is going to help our special inclusive students to have access to readable textbooks in accessible format.
This event remains one of the rare moments in the history of Liberia schools for special and inclusive education. To have transcribed textbooks specially meant for the visually impaired and handed over to them by the Liberia Rice Project's coordinator. We therefore give kudos to the World Bank, the Liberia Improving Results in Secondary Education, the Liberia Rice Project, and the government of Liberia for accepting and making the provision for the inclusion of transcribed textbooks for special and inclusive education. This is considered as just the beginning of many positive outcomes in Liberia schools for special and inclusive education.
True rights. The people will find the way. MOE Arise TV.